Hi everyone, and welcome back to Neil Pois with me, Neil, and I'm joined as always by Thomas. It is
Hello.
the last of our Eurovision 2025 reaction videos. Where has the time gone? But also, why do I suddenly feel like I'm 72 years old after the last few months? There's been a lot of songs, a lot of videos. Um,
Yeah.
it is France who have the last song we will be reacting to. Before we get into that, do remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring the notification bell. That way you get notified about any new releases. And you can also go to neopod.com. There you can get more details about how to follow us on social media and how you can support us. But let's do it. The song is called Maman, and it's by Louane. Now, obviously, Maman just instantly reminded me of Lissandro from Junior Eurovision, who of course
Yeah.
won for France. And I was like, maybe
Yeah.
we're trying that again. Um,
Yeah.
but the video we're about to watch is a live performance from the final Six Nations match between France and Scotland. Of course, France did win in the end. This is the only bit of sport you're getting from us. But
Yeah.
halfway through, Luan premiered her song, and we're going to take a look at this performance and see what we think. This feels very Rihanna at the Super Bowl.
It does. Or like opening ceremony for the Olympics or something.
Does that mean we're going to get Celine Dion?
From the Eiffel Tower. So I'm guessing this is just like a long intro to the song.
Who doesn't love a bit of strings?
Y a plus d'amant, y a plus de lit.
Ooh,
Finalement,
she's suspended from the ceiling.
j'ai construit ma
Oh my
vie.
god, I was only joking when I said
Et
Rihanna
le
at the
vide
Super Bowl.
écran, les questions.
Instantly, it's sort of giving Lazara vibes. I mean, she wasn't suspended, but she was on this big tower thingy.
Et j'ai
This
bien
looks
changé,
scarily high.
j'ai bien grandi. De toi j'ai gardé tout ce qui fait qui
I
je
really like
suis.
this dress actually.
Je vais mieux, je sais où je vais. J'ai arrêté de compter les années.
Stunning vocal.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say the vocals are beautiful.
Le temps. Maintenant c'est moi qu'elle appelle maman. Maman.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
Maman. J'ai trouvé l'amour.
Is that platform shaking? Christ, I'm terrified for her.
It probably would be a little bit.
Même quand le temps file, quand il me tient la main, j'ai plus peur de rien. Et ça me fait comme avant, quand toi tu me tenais la main. Je vais mieux, je sais où je vais. J'ai arrêté de compter les années. Et si j'ai voulu
They went all out for this, didn't they?
le temps,
Yeah, I mean, it is
maintenant c'est
a halftime show, so obviously they're gonna go all out.
maman.
I would be scared to even just
Look at this.
put a step forward.
I'm really loving this instrumentation and I hope they keep this sort of vibe. I know you can't get the same vibe all the time recorded, but wow.
Maman, 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 maman.
very passionate as well. I like the passion in her voice and in her facial expression. She's putting a lot of emotion in it.
Which is doubly impressive because she's 60 feet in the air.
Maman.
Oh, oh, I didn't like
So
that.
much.
That was a
Yeah,
weird ending.
it even made her laugh.
Okay, that is
Okay.
Louane for France with the song Maman. Possibly with one of the most dangerous looking performances we've had this season because, Thomas, I
Hmm.
know you're terrified of heights. Were you
Oh,
okay watching that? Like,
Christ. To be, I mean, it was filmed from like a frontal view. Like I'm okay with that. You know what always scares me is those clips of these guys that climb towers or like, and they're not really suspended, so they're just climbing towers, and then they have this sort of like head camera, and they're looking
oh,
down, and my palms start sweating just looking at the video.
yeah. So this was pretty death-defying. Very nice song though. What do you think of it overall?
I think the vocal was really, really beautiful. I think she's really telling a story, and that's something that I really appreciate. Like she's really passionate. She's emotional. Um, I feel like the presentation of the song is obviously phenomenal. Like probably the most impressive presentation of any Eurovision song that we've had in many, many years. I can't remember any other country presenting their entry this way. Um, the song I'm not wild about. It's a ballad, so and people who
Yep.
that both of us are not really that big on ballads. It doesn't really grab me. I thought it looked impressive. Her vocal was beautiful, but I'm sort of left wanting a little bit more from the song itself. It doesn't really have any standout moments. And I feel like my issue with Friends is that if this feels like the third time in a short period of time where they've done something similar like this, they did it with Barbara Pravi and Voila. They did it last year with Slimane, and now they're doing it with Louane. And I know that there are three songs, they're different, and they're good songs in their own right, but all three of those songs were very minimalistic instrumentation wise, and really focusing um, on the vocal and the simplicity of it. And sort of feel like I kind of want something different from them. Um,
I
Whereas
think the
Barbara, for me, had really standout moments, not just in the staging, but in the vocal. There were some really there were some moments that really gave me goosebumps, and that was a performance where she wasn't suspended from the air. She was just standing on the stage, and it was just one simple spotlight on her. And there were several moments during that performance that gave me goosebumps, where I was like, "Wow, this is winner worthy." I don't get that with this one. I didn't get that with Slimane either, and he still came fourth. I think was it fourth? Yeah. So
Mhm.
I think he came fourth. Yeah, right. So I'm not saying that this isn't going to do well. It might do really well, but for me, I'm sort of missing a little something. And another issue that I'm having, and this is something that I think Dude pointed out yesterday, when you present your song in this way, how are you going to top this at Eurovision? How are you going to make this, how are you going to make sure that whatever you do at Eurovision is at least as impressive? Because if it's not, you're setting yourself up for failure a little bit. And
Yeah. So in other
I'm
words, how do you elevate it?
how do you well, quite literally. I think you can don't I don't think you can literally elevate it any more than that, because I don't think the roof in the arena in Basel is going to be high enough for that. But I'm just worried about that. But apart from that, they could still stage it beautifully. But apart from that, the song is just, I think there's better ballads. When we think about French songs, we do have Switzerland in the mix,
Oh yeah.
which just studio cut instantly grabbed me, and I'm not expecting a bad vocal from Switzerland. So I'm thinking that is gonna really amaze me on as a live performance. So I don't know. It's missing
When
something for me.
when you say you would like a little bit more, is there anything in particular that you're looking for more of, or is it just in general the feel?
I think it's probably in the instrumentation that I feel like is lacking a little bit. Obviously, this is we had a bit of a live orchestra um, underneath her, literally. Um, I haven't listened to the studio cut yet. We're obviously reacting to a video because this is a YouTube video. So obviously we're not just going to listen to the song studio cut and react to it. So maybe I'd have to check out the studio cut to see um, if the instrumentation is more prominent there. But that's, I think, the main issue. I'm not saying that every song necessarily has to have a big vocal moment. It could stand out in its simplicity, but I do need something to make it pop. If the instrument, because Slimane at least had this crazy vocal moment where he was standing, 100 feet behind his mic and belting out and still sounding incredible.
He
So
left the Malmo Arena to do that bit as well, you know.
yeah, he
He went so
he was
far
he was
away.
back in Paris. He was back in Paris doing that. No, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm missing. Either in the instrumentation or it's not going to be in the vocal because the vocal moment it's just not there in the song. So and I don't know if there's any time to revamp the song. But again, I haven't heard the studio cut, so I'm going to listen to that afterwards and see if it's there. But
But
other than that, ooh,
well, the thing with revamps, and I keep saying this, is that whatever the final performance version is could have already been submitted to the EBU, and I'm
yeah, true.
sure that they would probably allow some minor changes in terms of entertainment and stuff like that, as long as in essence
Yeah.
it's the same song. Um, what I would say is I disagree with you on a few bits. I really like the instrumentation. I love the idea of just the simplicity of the drums, but still feeling quite dramatic to me. Like, I don't know, there's just something very familiar and reassuring about that. I'm surprising myself here actually with how much I like that because it was quite simple, and the addition of the strings, I felt like it was very fluid, very nice. Um, her vocal stand-up moment for me was the display of emotion, and for some performers, it's that display of emotion with your amazing vocal that is the moment, you know, and I don't think you necessarily need to go too far. You don't need to do too much. You don't need to go over the top. This in its simplicity is gorgeous to me. Um, is it going to be my favorite song of the year? No. Is it even going to be my favorite song in French of the year? No. As you mentioned, there's Switzerland, and I think there's just something really hauntingly beautiful about that. Um, but I think this is a really good, solid effort. We know France are desperate to do something well here with Eurovision, and I think that's why we keep getting this because it keeps doing well. Let's look at Foulin. You know, that was something completely different, and it flopped undeservedly, but it did. It didn't do well.
But the thing is, I wanna pitch in on that quickly with Fulen. The issue with that one was just that the staging and the presentation of the song was messy. I don't think the song necessarily flopped. I think I think they need to figure out how to stage these up-tempo songs. And it's interesting that France is really good at staging ballads and they seem to struggle more with up-tempo song. If I look back at Belgium, for example, we seem to do a lot better with, staging up-tempo songs. If you look at Laura Tesoro, if you look at Gustav, great performances. If you look at the more slower songs, Musti, Blanche, really horrid staging, Scenic, horrid staging. So it's sort of reverse for France. They're sort of I don't know. I think they're just relying a little bit on oh, this is what we do well, so we're going to stick with that, and that's sort of you know
That's fair, and we can each have our own opinion. But no, I do think this is a beautiful one to go out on, in my opinion, in terms of
Hmm.
the songs that we're reacting to. This is lovely. It's nice, really good vocal. I have seen a comment that her Eurovision staging concept is completely different, which, girl, we knew. Like the moment we saw
Yeah.
you 60 feet in the air, we knew that. But
I mean,
it'll be,
she can still be suspended from the air, but they
I
can still
mean,
do that.
she could, but I don't know. Um, it'll be interesting to see what happens anyway come May. But yeah, this is a very interesting year. There's a good mix of ballads. There's a good mix of. There's a lot of what people refer to as fun songs. Um, I think some of the ones that people are just referring to as fun songs are just high tempo songs. Really, they're not
Yeah.
necessarily novelty. I hate the
Yeah.
word novelty, but you know what I mean
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
that. Um, I think there's a lot that could happen this year. It's very open, as you said
Yeah, it
in
is
a
very
previous
open.
video, and it's just, yeah, who knows where we're going in 2026 at this stage. You know, 2023, we had the good idea it would be Sweden. They are favourites again with Kai.
It's wild, isn't it?
Could could Sweden break that record? We'll need to discuss that further. So, if you want to get in on that discussion, do remember to press the bell. That gets you all the channel notifications. As well as doing that, you can subscribe to the channel and like the video, and go to neilpad.com for all the links. And usually I say next time we'll see you for another reaction, but that's it.
I mean, you probably will, but it won't be an official Eurovision entry. Although we could, there's a couple of revamps we could still react to
There
that
is,
we
and
actually have to react to. You know, we've got Spain has been revamped, Malta's been revamped. So
Ukraine has been revamped
yeah,
as well.
Montenegro.
Um,
Look, we're not going to do another Montenegro video. We've done two already.
we've already done two on Mariana Conti.
Yeah, but it was not a yeah. Okay, we did two on Mariana Conte because we decided to react to her song as part of
Okay.
our national final series. But Montenegro, we've already done two full-on like Montenegro 2025 reaction videos. We're not going to do another one.
We've also had a few people mentioning some of Kai's other songs, so I think it'd be interesting
Yes.
to look into some of them. I'd like to look at Erica's previous UMK entry that came second. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Uh, let's do some deep. We can do things. We can have fun.
Yeah.
It's 2 months until May. We can do this. But we
Yeah.
will see you next time, guys. Bye.
Whee!